Israel appears set to approve a controversial settlement project in the occupied West Bank. The so-called E1 plan would see more than 3,400 new homes built. Critics warn it could split the West Bank in two and make a future Palestinian state impossible. The E1 plan has been on hold for decades due to strong opposition from the international community. It would extend the settlement of Ma'ale Adumim towards Jerusalem. This would further cut off East Jerusalem from the West Bank and physically separate the northern and southern parts of the territory. First proposed in the 1990s by Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, the project stalled for years. Past Israeli governments avoided moving forward, aware of diplomatic fallout. Even Washington opposed the plan in previous administrations. The Supreme Planning Council is expected to give formal planning approval next week. Israeli NGOs' objections have been rejected. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich says the move will bury the idea of a Palestinian state. Smotrich also holds a role in the Defense Ministry overseeing settlement planning. Standing at the proposed site, Smotrich claimed Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former U.S. President Donald Trump had agreed to revive the project. Neither Netanyahu nor Trump has confirmed this. The U.S. State Department avoided a direct answer, stressing instead the importance of West Bank stability. The European Union immediately condemned the plan, calling annexation illegal under international law. Germany urged Israel to stop settlement construction. Norway accused Israel of trying to block a two-state solution. The United Nations urged Israel to reverse course. The UK called E1 a flagrant breach of international law when it re-emerged earlier this year. Israeli NGO Peace Now said the government was deepening annexation and closing the door to peace. They argue only a Palestinian state alongside Israel can end the conflict. Smotrich's far-right party is currently polling poorly, and analysts say this may be political posturing. The E1 corridor is a critical piece of land connecting Jerusalem to Ma'ale Adumim. Control over it would give Israel continuous territory from Jerusalem deep into the West Bank. For Palestinians, it would mean a major blow to territorial continuity for a future state. Historically, the United States has opposed E1 construction. Even during the Trump era, the plan was not fully implemented due to potential diplomatic consequences. Current U.S. policy prioritizes ending the Gaza conflict and preventing West Bank instability. The move comes amid rising international recognition of a Palestinian state. Several countries have recently announced they will formally recognize Palestine in the coming months. Israel has strongly rejected these recognitions. Approval of the plan does not guarantee immediate construction. Netanyahu may still delay building to avoid deepening diplomatic isolation. But even planning approval sends a political signal to the world. The fate of the E1 plan has long been seen as a test of Israel's settlement policy. As the world watches, its approval could mark a turning point, either in the path toward lasting division, or as another chapter in a project stalled by politics.